This is our work from home setup today.
Hello.
It's the last day of testing and it's Drive to Survive release day. There was only one thing I was going to wear. I have been working from home. I'm like 20 minutes away from finishing. I'm just waiting for feedback on a package. Need to make sure that's done and then I can sign off for the day. I have watched 2 episodes so far. The Danny Rick content was actually really sweet, although it was very funny that I wasn't expecting the Santa bit and the fact that he asked Christian Horner's kids, has your dad been a good guy this year, or whatever he said. It's like, that aged well. But I know from chats I'm in and Twitter that the next episode is McLaren episode, so I'm very excited to get into that. I've also been doing an F1 related package for our sports show, so I'm very in that zone. We can talk about testing. Testing has finished. I'm not gonna lie, I'm less cued in today because I've had to be so focused on what I've been making, but I did check in a few times. Why was there drain cover issues again? Like, who would have thought drain covers are the biggest issue? Like, crazy. It didn't seem to be too bad damage though. It's just caused issues with time on track, which was already limited, and things like the team swapping over. So like Piastri got less time yesterday, Norris got less time today. I was slightly concerned how few laps McLaren had done the last time I checked in. Albon got a good lot in. Ferrari is on top of the timesheets, although timesheets don't really tell you things in testing because everyone's doing different experiments and things. So day 1, definitely Red Bull looked very fast, and I feel like unless this zero side pods thing absolutely doesn't work, I think we will see a Red Bull dominant year again, but not as dominant. And I don't know if this is like me naively hoping, but I think they will be slightly more challenged. Like, it won't be ridiculous leads again. And then as long as McLaren, their lack of laps isn't down to reliability issues, the McLaren, Ferrari, Mercedes, Aston, I feel like there could be a bit of a fight between those that will be interesting to watch. I mean, obviously I'm biased towards McLaren. I'm hoping they actually push from where they ended last season and are pushing further. I'm having that Lando win. Come on. If anyone's going to be challenging Red Bull, it does seem to be Ferrari, as long as they can sort their strategy out. In which case, Lewis knew what he was doing. I have done a cheeky little, well, I'm in the midst of doing season predictions and a bingo card. Spoiler alert, Lando win is on there. I have no plans this evening apart from Drive to Survive, so... and then it all kicks off next week. I'm excited.
Hope isn't a strategy.
Fighting against Ferrari, fighting against Red Bull, fighting against Mercedes. I'm excited to see how things go.
Really good stuff by the Williams driver.
Williams also had a quiet break, although there are some questions over Alex Albon's future with the team. He put in an impressive performance last season, whilst his teammate Logan Sargent only scored
of making
1
F1
point.
fit into my
Has been
job.
training hard over the winter, putting on 5 kilos of muscle, in the hopes of some better finishes this time round.
Plan B, plan B. That was plan B.
That's all the local teams.
We're almost at my favourite moment of the entire season.
Lando Norris is quick off the line into that first corner.
Yeah, baby.
Lando Norris leads the British Grand Prix.
That's fucking goal.
Again for them. All right.
see my boy Lando. Dude, I don't wait this long to, like, walk to the podium.
Finishing second in Silverstone was one of the best days of my life.
Box down, Nico, box down.
We are at tail end of February.
And
This is so exciting. We also have our first track limits deleted time. Well done, Pierre. Come on, Oscar.
Everybody is out on making his way currently tricky braking zone at 9.
Williams. Come on, Lando. Keep it purple. Keep it purple, keep it purple. The crazy thing is, Haas and Williams at the top. Come on, Lando. Come on, Lando.
Here's Lando Norris, who's got new performance and energy store, and he's started
Yes, Lando. We're taking this now because we know Verstappen is coming, but we'll take it. Only a 10th, realising how close these times are. The top 10 are within a second. This is going to be so good. Both Alpines. Here we have first knockout.
Yeah, this field looks remarkably close, so I think we're in store for a pretty exciting Q2 and Q3.
This makes me so happy.
Get themselves into
Come on, Lando.
Tenths of a second between
Yeah.
the two McLaren drivers.
We believe most of the drivers are on used tyres, apart from the rest of them on new tyres.
129.
As well as the message I've got here. But,
Also appreciating that the Hasses are in Q2 and not doing awful. Another track times deletion. Verstappen is coming to take P1, but we're just loving the fact that it's still Lando currently. It's actually so close. This is going to be so good. It's so close. I actually feel a bit stressed. Also, Hulkenberg at P3. Come on, Hans.
Leclerc goes fastest overall with a 129.1 for Ferrari.
Another Leclerc pole.
versus Red Bull. And
Mercedes are going to join them as George Russell has gone 6th fastest over the end of the track evolution.
They were so close to knocking Piastri out.
Goes 4th fastest.
yeah, 29.7, 29.9
Okay.
for Russell.
McLaren are in Q3, both of them. We will take that. We will take that.
This man here
Also,
is pushed out with a top 10 and
Hulkenberg at P6.
Q3 came here last year with 2 broken wrists and a broken toe. Started 8th on the
Good on you, Hulkenberg.
Verstappen and then Lewis
Time for Q3.
Flying lap. Hulkenberg, Norris and Piastri have already gone on to start their first flying laps here. Russell was 6th.
Norris did a very sensible
This is
outlap
so
as well,
close.
and he's got some grip. He's no longer, because it's now Lando Norris fastest in the middle sector.
Verstappen 28.6. That is some first sector. It's Hamilton will be the next to cross the line. Hamilton in his Mercedes goes 4th fastest, second row alongside Lando
Norris is ahead of
Norris.
Hamilton.
As it stands this year, in 2022,
Top 4
don't
are all
forget,
different
here's
cars
Charles Leclerc
currently.
on the used set of tyres, goes 2nd
Never mind.
fastest. What a great fight. Goes 3rd fastest overall, and I dare say will be very happy with that lap.
Middle part of the lap.
Alonso's doing alright.
The middle sector really lighting up the track with a 38.2. That's impressive
Come on,
stuff
Lando.
there. Verstappen's going to get a really nice toe behind Piastri, but he is. It's up there. So they're here, only 8th on the grid.
McLaren are ahead of Hamilton.
We'll be hoping there's more race pace.
We have a Verstappen
who had 1
pole.
and 2 last year. And I dare say that won't be the last time I'll say that this year.
It is so close though, which is good. And not super expected.
Thoroughly satisfied with talking to the cameras as a
Look at
top
that.
3 contender there in qualifying.
1 to 9, half a second.
Disappointed with that. He showing a bit more.
It is race day. We are repping our boy Lando. 10 to 3. The race starts at 3. I'm so excited. Let's talk about qualifying. It was so close. 9 cars within 0.5 of a second or something crazy. So we're hoping it could be quite a close race. I have snacks. Again, McLaren. With the orange, of course. Okay. Oh, they're talking to Gunther. I love that Gunther is like...
It's good. It's good to be here. I wasn't supposed to be here 2 weeks ago. It all came together very well. I'm doing some work for that, yeah, so it's pretty good.
Before it starts, I finished the predictions and bingo. World champion, of course I put Max because it's just looking like that way. I would love for it to be like Lewis, last stint at Mercedes, Charles, finally, Lando, but we're being smart, it's probably going to be Max again. Although I don't think as dominant as last year. Constructors, again, Red Bull, they seem to have actually taken a leap forwards and everyone else is still catching up. So the driver of the least points, I put Nico, and now after yesterday I'm like, I will probably regret that. But we'll see. That can easily change, especially given Haas's history. Least points team, I put Haas. Maybe I should have put Alpine based on yesterday. Most pole positions, I put Charles. If he carries on what he did last year, he is good at the 1 lap. Most DNFs, I put Zhou Guanyu. I wasn't sure on that one, but I just felt like that was what I wanted to put, so that's what we put. Most DNFs of the team, I've put Alpine. Fastest pit stop, I'm sticking with McLaren. Come on, they hold the world record. They've got it down. Most driver penalties, I put Ocon, of course. And most improved driver, I put Logan Sargent. I'm backing him. He said he worked hard over the winter. I think Williams are taking steps forwards. I'm gonna, you know, cheer him on. He's gonna be the most improved. Bingo wise, I did little pictures for each of them. Someone ignoring team orders. A Lando win. We are getting a Lando win this year. Please. Danny Rick wears a cowboy hat. Austin, we see you. Track limits penalty. Animal on track. Teammate collision. My bet is on Alpine, honestly. Last lap overtake. Ferrari DNFs. Both of them in one race. Sorry. I want to see 2 Brits on Silverstone podium again. That was such a cool moment. A Charles pole to a Max win. It's pretty likely, let's face it. Radio karaoke, one of the drivers singing over their radio. I love those moments. A safety car in the first lap. A 10+ second pit stop. And not with like a time penalty, just they have a rubbish pit stop and it all goes wrong. No DNFs in a race. A Lando podium. Carlos and Lando on a podium together. Alex Albon finishing in the top 10. He's gonna do it multiple times, I reckon. Hearing it's hammer time over Lewis radio. Having a rain race. I've done 5 little bucket hats and I'm gonna colour them in with whatever style bucket hat it is, but that's any of the drivers in the paddock wearing a bucket hat. And finally, Charles finishing Monaco. I just want him to finish the race. That's all. Not much to ask. We are now on the intro, so it is time. The first race back. This is so exciting.
Here tonight, 1,446 laps. So now the checkered flag in Abu Dhabi. 50 tonight.
It's the eye zoom in.
23 formation lap, and then we can get this season properly underway.
The camera couldn't keep up with Max.
So it's not part of the race.
We have 20 cars lined up on the grid. Then we're all set to go here for the opening race in Bahrain.
Come on, Sean.
It's lights out, and away we go. Verstappen gets away better than Leclerc. Here comes George Russell. Carlos Sainz conceding a position with Sergio Perez already. Sainz hasn't had the best of starts. Into the first corner we go. They're almost side by side. Leclerc has to back out as Verstappen keeps the lead. Russell keeps 3rd place, and that is Lance Stroll having a cropper at the first corner. He's gone from 12th on the grid down to last.
There's a yellow flag straight away.
Here comes Verstappen from Leclerc, from Russell, from Perez, and getting the place at the start. From Sainz, then Alonso, and then comes Lando Norris ahead of Piastri, ahead of Lewis Hamilton, ahead
Come
of
on.
Yuki Tsunoda.
Yeah, it looks like it was Hulkenberg.
Leclerc's on the verge of losing DRS already.
Because he's gone from 10th to 9th.
There's no way. He can't be a second ahead after one lap. Come on, Leclerc. No! No! Come on, Charles. Get back in that second. Yes, Charles, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. No! Verstappen's already over a second ahead. How? How? Come on, Charles.
You want to go as fast as the car will possibly go. You want to wring its neck, but you can't. You're not allowed to.
Yes, Lando.
Position 2, Lando Norris going into turn 1. He's down to 7th. Leclerc goes George Russell. Did Leclerc make a mistake? Russell is up into second place. Mighty driving there from George Russell.
What happened?
Out in the top 2 places and has now got Perez to contend.
He locked up.
Lock up from Charles Leclerc.
Oh no.
We're riding on board with Sergio Perez as his teammate sets a new fastest lap of this race. But Perez has got the motor on as into turn 1 at 100 miles an hour we go.
Out of DRS range behind Perez is more than a second behind this Red Bull.
Those Ferraris are not looking so great now.
Wasn't the greatest qualifying once again from Sergio Perez, but as
Okay, what happened at this race stop?
Nico Hulkenberg, watch Martin as he now makes the move down
This is
towards
bad.
turn 1.
Yeah, Stroll committing but not doing anything. Did he hit the curb, but did he take away?
Oh, Lance. Dear old Lance. Wait, from Nico's.
It's such a pinch point on the apex here. Yeah.
And that's how you get a new front wing. I do like the green of the sticks. Sour wheels, whatever you want to call them. They do look good.
Running very, very wide indeed. That might be the second
He
one
went
up
so
by
wide.
Charles Leclerc.
Lap 5 and Max is 4 seconds ahead. Oh dear. Come on, Sainz. Get up on Perez, go on.
What their real race pace is. And Sergio Perez down the straight, getting a really good exit. Sergio Perez out of turn 10. Looks like he's got Charles Leclerc going into turn 11. Charles Leclerc is fast for the second time in this race. Sergio Perez is up to third.
Fernando Alonso, and that is
Nice.
done. Alonso then, if he's playing the long game, he's remarkable.
Oh, 2 people in the pit already. We're only lap 10.
What is going on?
A bit futile for the time being. Alonso down to 9th.
See, Hamilton, though, in that traffic is already 16 seconds off the lead, but I
The sergeant about to be the first retiree of this 2024
Logan,
season.
I was cheering you on.
He is. Now, where he's parked up is
Yellow flag.
brilliant to be recovering a car without a virtual safety car.
What happened?
it's got to be a safety car.
What happened, Logan?
Going, but he sounds like he has, doesn't he?
Oh, James.
Watches on. Is that mechanical?
Cutie.
Or was there an issue that caused Logan Sargent to go into
What
that
happened?
runoff area? But if you're going to get marshals to go and retrieve
Sergeant,
and recover
I was
that
cheering
car,
you
I
on.
think you're going to need to
What is
neutralise
this?
the race.
Although yellow flag is good because everyone has to slow down, right? Oh, he's moving, he's moving.
So, as soon as this yellow flag's in his own, DRS is disabled.
He's
Nobody
back
gets
on.
it.
What
So
happened?
he's back on the track again and down in 20th place. Here come 2 Ferraris, and this is proper racing. This isn't team orders. Carlos Sainz is going to go for it. Down into turn 1. Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz.
Don't touch.
Touching wheels before Leclerc has to back out, and Carlos Sainz moves past him to regain 4th place in this race. That's where he started from, and he's got past his teammate to get back up into the top 4.
That was so close to contact. So close. Oh my days. See, as soon as I'm like, oh, I'll save some battery, nothing much is happening. Everything happens. They still haven't shown what happened with Logan. I'm so confused.
Hard compound tyres on very early on has been very good indeed. So the hard compound tyre is working well tonight.
Oh, Danny's gone up.
He wasn't far away.
The honey badger is on me. Lando's coming in for a pit stop. Don't mess this up, guys. Don't mess this up. Don't mess this up.
Past Ricardo, Albon, Tsunoda. as quickly as possible.
He has dispatched him, and now Lando Norris can pit.
Come on, Lando, get out there. Yes.
Tyres, so that data that the teams would have got from the early stoppers on the hard tyres, they now feel right. Okay, we can map out.
Get out there, get out there, get out there.
Perez, Leclerc going into turn 1.
Still ahead of Oscar.
Ahead of his teammate Oscar Piastri. Perez is right on the tail of George.
No, come on, George.
These C1 tyres working well on the Red
Come on,
Bull.
George.
As towards turn 4 we go. He's got DRS. Russell moves to the inside to cover the threat. Into the old switcheroo though from Sergio Perez. George Russell is fourth wide, and Perez swoops past George Russell in a key overtake for this race.
That happened.
But he was forced wide.
Way
Surely,
back in turn
surely you have to give it
14
back.
because Russell was pinched.
And therefore planned accordingly. Right, into the pits now comes Carlos Sainz. To the screen too as he approaches the final corner. But we want to see really where Perez is out on the track. Is
Perez just got fastest lap.
No, he's not. Perez goes through, and then George Russell, then Charles Leclerc. Once again, Carlos Sainz finds himself behind his teammate.
Ferraris are stressing me out.
Slightly fresher tyres, but the unders.
Is Verstappen going to try and do one
to get him up and running
because
just
he's that far ahead?
with the right.
Tussle coming up between Carlos Sainz, who seems to have the pace,
It's
and this
Ferrari's
man,
man.
Charles Leclerc, who's locking up everywhere and rather struggling out there. But for the majority, keeping his teammate at bay. But for how much longer? There's barely a car
so
length
close.
between the two Ferraris as into turn 11 they go, and Sainz just has to back out as they make their way up the hill and through those S's.
I think we're going to see a lot of that this year.
Yeah. Very late on the brakes. He is late on the brakes. He's going for it. It's Carlos Sainz, and at the second time in this race at turn 1 gets past his teammate Charles Leclerc. I have missed this.
Yeah, that was very close up against the back as Verstappen then is about to pick.
But Max Verstappen pits 2.9 seconds. Stationary for Max Verstappen. This is not testing. There is a race going on. He is the race leader, Max Verstappen. Oh yeah, there are some other cars.
Insane. Sainz fastest lap though. Yes, Sainz. Whoa.
Again, George Russell is having a few problems too. Not the least of it, Carlos Sainz swarming all over him. Russell on the radio saying, guys, I've got this power unit overheating. You need to advise me what to do. And it's affecting his pace here. Look, Carlos Sainz swoops past the Mercedes.
Well,
We have a Ferrari
is
podium.
Ferrari working well? I'm convinced Sainz's steering wheel is
Off. It just
We have a
didn't
slow
wanna
pit stop.
come.
a brand new tyre as well.
It is a brand new tyre.
Smoking.
So what are they trying to...
What is happening?
Left behind is the wheel nut.
You can't swap them around front, rear, set to set.
I'm not quite sure what they're doing there.
I'm not sure they are.
Karun Chan, look at Sky Race Control. Are you watching?
Yeah, the mechanic came and gave the other guy another wheel nut.
Yeah.
And don't forget,
He's
the
still in
nuts
there.
are actually embedded into the wheel rim
So
themselves.
they're taking the wheel out the back to get rid of the nut, so they bring it back again to
Oh,
put
he's out
on.
now.
Correct. And I think they must have had a problem with the nut in that
52.4
rim. Get rid of that, put another one on.
So Valtteri Bottas, he holds the unofficial record for the slowest pit
52.4
stop ever in Formula
seconds.
1 from Monaco a few
We
years
have
ago.
our
I think it was a
first
day and a half before they could get the wheel nut on. Suffers only a 52 seconds.
Was not expecting that.
Right,
Was it?
Sainz didn't. Perez will be getting the
It was a
hurry.
Mercedes driver, Valtteri Bottas.
Look at
It was running a set of
Empty track.
parts of mediums at the same time.
16 seconds.
We know Norris had a couple early on.
And Alex Albon's been on
Come
the
on,
radio
Lando.
saying he's
You've
really
got
having
this.
problems
The undercut.
with the
You've got it.
engine.
You've got
It's
it.
clipping
Come on.
at high speeds and the engine's starting to really
He's going
fail
for it.
now. So Albon's
Pit stop
Yes,
too.
get out
The
there.
McLaren team who set the world record fastest pit stop
Yes.
last season, didn't they? At 1.8 seconds. Leclerc back out into this race in 6th. Norris goes through in 7th. Piastri comes out. Here comes Hamilton down the main straight. Hamilton at full speed. Has Hamilton got ahead? Piastri's got the inside line. Piastri just holds off Lewis Hamilton, but goes wide on the colder tyres. Hamilton's has got the tyres warmed up because he's had a lap extra, and Lewis Hamilton manages to get
Piastri,
past
that was
Oscar
so
Piastri
close.
with the undercut.
And come out of the
How
black.
to get past by
Norris
Charles
is
Leclerc.
fastest
On
lap.
fresher tyres, Leclerc does. Goes up into 5th. Alonso 6th
134.
when he started this race. Then comes
476.
Norris, Hamilton,
Come on,
Piastri and
Lando.
Albon in the points. But those that and stop much later as well in
on.
the race. Daniel Ricciardo into the pits. Good time for him. Alonso struggling a bit. Lando Norris.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
This lap of this race. And Lando Norris does not want to get frustrated behind Fernando Alonso for very long, so he'd quite dearly like to get this overtake done going into turn 11.
Yeah.
And Alonso didn't really fight that. That's not his battle at the moment.
No, it's not. And indeed, they did then with Perez.
Going into his second and final pit stop. As he goes to turn 1, Sergio Perez is just making his way around the final corner.
So far ahead.
On the radio, is the race still going on?
So Wolf, a few things to think about, I'm sure, in this race.
So serious.
For this year, the balance of the aerodynamic of the chassis platform, but their engine seems to be very wide indeed. Hasn't let Charles Leclerc through, but Leclerc's got the inside line coming into turn 11 to make that overtake a little more premature than Leclerc was thinking, and a lot easier than Leclerc.
It will always be the left front there. There's
not so good.
Some roll in the car, in the chassis, and of course the weight transfer to the outside right front tyre.
8 laps to go.
Closely.
Haas aren't doing bad. P12 and 17. Okay. Also, Hulkenberg's really recovered. Sainz isn't getting any closer.
Sorry to say this for Carlos Sainz, those soft tyres on Checo Perez's Red Bull absolutely fine. No problem at all. Maybe they'll come back to him in a little while on that one and not
Red Bull 1-2 is looking likely, unfortunately. That's that.
Whatever the place is, they're going to give it a go, aren't they? Final lap for our race leader, Max Verstappen.
Norris is almost in DRS. I don't think he's going to be able to do it in time.
9 races ago.
Yeah, no.
On course for a 1-2 for the second year here in Bahrain. Max Verstappen, the race story, started first, finished first. That is probably the race story. And that's it for Max Verstappen. Been absolutely untroubled all the way through this. He's picked up the fastest lap. Brilliant for Verstappen to open up.
And that is it.
Season, the defending champion on top here in Bahrain. He wins.
22 seconds.
This time last year, he's going to add another 10 seconds to that as Red Bull open up their championship defence of the Constructors' title with a 1-2 for the second year running here. Perez across the line to finish second. Carlos Sainz with some blistering overtakes.
Well, Red Bull 1-2 wasn't what we were hoping for, or necessarily expecting after practice and quali. 22-second lead. No. Carlos podium and driver of the day though. Also, 2 of our bingos. No DNFs, which is very rare for Bahrain, and a longer than 10-second pit stop. Was not expecting that. You do now have a clearer idea of order in that it's definitely Red Bull, then Ferrari. Hopefully Ferrari can upgrade and be a bit tighter with them. And then McLaren are really close to Mercedes, because they split the Mercedes. And McLaren have been really like discouraged in interviews. So in some ways that makes me optimistic that if they put the work in, P3 and Constructors could be realistic. Like I feel like McLaren P3 Constructors is reachable. So that's the positive we're focusing on. No DNFs. Charles and Carlos were stressing me out because they came close to colliding. We did have Stroll actually did really well because he was turned around on the first corner and then got back into 10th. So good on him. Still confused about what happened with Logan. But yeah, Haas, like Nico had to have a new front wing and he came 16th. Alright then. And Kevin was P12. So Haas outperformed the Racing Bulls. Zhou Guanyu was kind of the most surprising for me. And then also I feel like everyone was expecting the carb Racing Bulls to do way better than they did. We are back to hearing the Dutch national anthem. Hopefully it's not all like this, but thanks for watching. I will see you on the flip side.